Imagine waking up again tomorrow with absolutely no memory of who you truly are inside. Your dog somehow always recognizes you the moment you walk back through the front door. An elephant will stay beside a fallen companion, refusing to leave for many quiet hours. A crow can solve multi-step puzzles that would genuinely challenge a curious young human child. Chimpanzees shape twigs into tools with a precision scientists once believed only humans could manage. But none of this actually proves that these animals understand that they themselves are truly alive. Consciousness simply means having real feelings, like pain, hunger, fear, curiosity, or genuine excitement inside. Self-awareness goes further than that, meaning you recognize yourself as separate from everything else around. Most human toddlers first recognize their own reflection somewhere between 18 and 24 months old. Scientists now believe self-awareness may exist along a wide spectrum instead of a simple yes or no. This single idea completely reshaped how researchers study intelligence across countless different animal species today. Modern brain scanning technology now lets scientists study animal minds with a precision never possible before. Dolphins call each other using unique signature whistles that function almost exactly like personal names. Elephants have repeatedly been seen comforting a visibly distressed companion using gentle touch and closeness.
Ravens hide food strategically, then move it again if they suspect another raven was watching.
Octopuses solve complicated puzzles, even though their intelligence evolved completely separately from every mammal alive. These discoveries suggest intelligence itself may have evolved multiple separate times along completely different paths. A bat experiences its world through echolocation, mapping space using sound instead of ordinary human sight.
Sharks can sense faint electrical fields given off by other animals hidden nearby in the water. Bees perceive delicate ultraviolet patterns on flowers that remain completely invisible to ordinary human eyes.
Dogs navigate almost their entire world through smell, building a picture no human nose could match. Many leading researchers now believe consciousness likely isn't something reserved only for human beings alone. Awareness may simply emerge whenever any brain grows complex enough to predict and remember well. And that question leads directly into the experiments that changed everything scientists thought they knew. For many decades, scientists believed one simple test could finally answer the question of self-awareness. Psychologist Gordon Gallup Jr. developed this famous mirror test all the way back in 1970. Researchers place a visible mark somewhere, and the animal can only see by looking into a mirror. Chimpanzees famously passed this test, touching the mark only after noticing it in their reflection. Bonobos, orangutans, and some gorillas later showed similar recognition, though only under certain specific conditions. Asian elephants have also shown behavior consistent with recognizing themselves, though results across studies still vary. Bottlenose dolphins repeatedly twisted their bodies to inspect marked areas using an underwater mirror panel. Some early magpie studies suggested self-recognition too, though later attempts to repeat those results largely failed. These mixed results exposed a real weakness hiding inside the famous mirror test all along. Dogs almost always fail this mirror test, which once seemed to suggest they lacked self-awareness. Dogs rely far more heavily on smell than on sight to understand and interpret their surroundings. Researchers created a clever sniff test, comparing a dog's own scent against a slightly altered version.
Dogs spent noticeably more time investigating the altered scent than their own completely unchanged version.
Scientists remain genuinely careful before claiming that this single result proves complete self-awareness in poodle dogs. This shift pushed researchers to design entirely new tests suited to each animal's own natural senses. Then, artificial intelligence entered the field and completely transformed how scientists study animal behavior daily.
Machine learning algorithms now scan thousands of hours of footage for details no human would notice.
Motion tracking systems and wearable sensors record tiny movements that once slipped past every human observer. Researchers studying whales have uncovered communication systems far more structured than anyone once believed possible. Sperm whales exchange highly organized click sequences that researchers now compare to a structured alphabet. Dolphins appear to adjust their personal signature whistles depending on which social situation they encounter. Scientists still remain cautious about calling these systems true language, despite their surprising underlying complexity. Brain imaging shows many mammals and birds share circuits linked to memory, attention, and real decisions. Crows lack a neocortex entirely, yet their brains still let them solve complex multi-step puzzles.
Crows can remember individual human faces for years, even recognizing people who once treated them poorly.
Octopuses escape complex enclosures and manipulate objects with a precision that still surprises marine researchers. Octopus intelligence evolved separately from ours, over 500 million years of completely different evolution. Advanced cognition, it truly seems, doesn't actually require a brain built anything like our own. And that discovery leads straight into science's biggest remaining mystery about animals and death itself.
Imagine standing quietly beside the body of someone you deeply loved, unable to simply walk away. Is that simple instinct, or is it something closer to genuine grief we still barely understand? For centuries, humans assumed only our species could truly comprehend the permanence of actual death. Recent decades of careful research have forced scientists to reconsider this very old human assumption. African elephants often slow their travel to investigate the bones of elephants that died earlier. Elephants gently touch skulls and tusks with their trunks, behavior rarely directed toward any other object. Mother elephants have carried their deceased calves for days, despite the enormous physical toll involved. Orca mothers continue supporting their dead calves at the surface long after survival becomes impossible. Chimpanzees often show prolonged silence and deep social withdrawal after losing a close, long-familiar companion. Crows gather loudly around their own dead in what researchers now call cacophonous group gatherings. Scientists caution against reading pure human emotion into behavior that likely serves other real purposes. These reactions likely reflect complex social learning and careful risk assessment, rather than simple instinct.
Artificial intelligence now scans thousands of hours of wildlife footage for patterns humans easily miss.
GPS tracking reveals how animals navigate enormous territories, remembering key locations across many passing years. Portable neural recording devices now reveal exactly how animals process memory and careful daily decision-making. Different forms of consciousness may have evolved independently many times throughout the entire animal kingdom. Perhaps the next great discovery won't just teach us about animals, but redefine what being alive truly means.